There comes a point in your life where the pain of being disrespected, ignored, dismissed, minimized, becomes unbearable, not because of what they did, but because of what you allowed. You feel it first in the silence, the jokes that go too far, the message they didn't reply to, the tone that tells you you're smaller than them. At first you explain it away. You say, "They're tired. They didn't mean it. I'm just sensitive." But there comes a moment, a sacred breaking point, when the mask of being nice tears at the seams. And what rises is a question. Why have I accepted this for so long? Respect is not something you ask for. It is something you become. And Friedrich Nietzsche, a philosopher of power, clarity, and the brutal art of self-respect, said it plainly. He who cannot command himself must obey. That's where we begin, not with how to demand respect, but how to stop betraying yourself. Because most disrespect isn't loud. It's subtle. It's someone interrupting you mid-sentence. It's a partner rolling their eyes at your feelings. It's a friend showing up late again because they know you'll wait. And somewhere deep inside, you allow it. Because you'd rather be accepted than abandoned. You'd rather be agreeable than alone. But Nietzsche would ask, is it really love if it requires you to disappear? When you ignore your boundaries for connection, you don't gain love. You lose yourself. This is the invisible agreement, a contract you never signed, but keep enforcing. I'll shrink myself if you'll stay. I'll stay quiet if you'll like me. I'll let it go if you'll just not leave. But here's the thing. Respect starts the moment you break that contract. It's not in raising your voice. It's in raising your standards. It's not in fighting back. It's in walking away without apology. Because you are not here to convince anyone of your worth. You are here to embody it so clearly that those who can't see it remove themselves. Nietzsche called this self-overcoming, the art of rising beyond your lower nature, the part of you that begs, pleases, tolerates, just to belong. You become powerful not when you dominate others, but when you no longer allow others to dominate your energy. This is where it begins. You stop making yourself emotionally available to people who are spiritually unavailable to you. You stop explaining your boundaries. You start honoring them. You stop proving your goodness. You start protecting your peace. And when that shift happens, your silence becomes sacred. Your no becomes holy. Your self-respect becomes a shield, not a wall, but a field of clarity through which only truth may enter. Pause for a moment. Feel into that. You've spent so long trying to be understood that you forgot what it means to be aligned. Let this video, this voice, be your permission to stop tolerating anything that shrinks you. And if this message is hitting something real in your chest, if you've stayed quiet too long, shrunk too small, and you're ready to rise, subscribe to Silas Sophia today and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video on your transformation, because this is how it begins. Not by forcing the world to change, but by remembering that you were never meant to disappear to be loved. You see, being nice is not the same as being kind. Nice is performative. Nice is tolerating what hurts. Nice is hiding your truth to keep the peace. Kindness, though. Kindness is conscious. Kindness is clarity. Kindness is loving, without abandoning yourself. And Nietzsche was ruthless in his clarity. He said, "The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently." In other words, conformity is a slow death, and self-respect is a rebellion. You've been taught to conform, to soften your truth, to not be too loud, too bold, too much. But tell me, has this ever protected you from pain? Or has it simply protected others from the truth of who you are? There comes a point when you must choose safety or sovereignty, approval or authenticity, peacekeeping or self-keeping. And when you choose yourself, truly, you don't become selfish, you become free. Nietzsche also wrote, "You must be willing to burn yourself in your own flame. How could you rise anew if you have not first become ashes? Let it burn. Let the masks burn. Let the false roles burn. Let the version of you that kept the peace but lost herself burn, because from that ash, your real life begins." Let me ask you this. Who are you without apology, without performance, without waiting to be chosen? That person, that version of you, is who you came here to be. There's something you need to know. People don't just disrespect you because they're cruel. They disrespect you because you've trained them to. Every time you said yes when you meant no, you taught them you didn't matter. Every time you tolerated the joke, the lateness, the silence, you taught them your energy was free. Every time you avoided the hard conversation, you told the universe you'd rather be liked than be honored. This isn't about blame. This is about truth, because once you see the pattern, you can break it. You can say, "I don't care if you think I'm difficult. I won't explain my worth again. I don't care if you walk away. I won't shrink to keep you here. I don't care if you never understand. I understand myself." This is sovereignty. Nietzsche didn't teach compromise. He taught becoming unshakable. He said, "No price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." And that's what this is. Owning yourself, your time, your energy, your truth, not in arrogance, but in reverence. You become a lion not because you roar, but because you know who you are. Nietzsche wrote in Thus Spoke Zarathustra of 3 transformations of the soul: the camel, who carries burdens; the lion, who learns to say no; and the child, who creates anew. Most people live their lives as camels, obedient, overburdened, self-sacrificing, proud of how much they endure, but exhausted, quietly resentful. To rise, you must become the lion. You must say no, not to the world, but to the parts of you that betray yourself. This is where boundaries are born. Boundaries are not punishments. They are permissions. They say, "I love myself enough to choose peace. I value my energy enough to protect it. I am no longer a servant to my own fear." And you'll be tested. People will push. They will guilt you. They will question you. That's okay. You're not here to be agreeable. You're here to be real. And when the guilt rises, breathe. Guilt is just the echo of an old identity dying inside you. Let it go. You were never here to be liked. You were here to be true. And when you stop apologizing for that, everything changes. This is the turning point. This is when you stop begging for respect and start embodying it. And when you do, you stop attracting people who benefit from your weakness and start attracting people who are strengthened by your truth. You don't owe anyone access to your energy. You don't owe anyone your explanation. You don't even owe anyone your presence. If their presence is costing you your peace, you owe yourself one thing: to live aligned with your truth, not your trauma, not your persona, not your fear of being too much, your truth. That is the source of all real respect. Self-respect. You don't teach people how to treat you with long talks, tears, or explanations. You teach them through embodiment. You teach them through your no, your silence, your absence. You teach them through the calm certainty that you are no longer negotiable. Nietzsche said, "And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music." They will not always understand your boundaries. They will not always hear your truth. They may call you cold, difficult, selfish. Let them. You are not here to perform. You are here to rise. And that rise begins the moment you say, "I will no longer abandon myself to keep others comfortable. That's the shift, the inner revolution. You stop chasing closure from those who can't meet you. You stop seeking validation from people you wouldn't trade lives with. You stop asking to be seen, and you start seeing yourself. This is what Nietzsche meant when he said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe." You're not here to be tribal. You're here to be sovereign. And yes, it will feel lonely at first, but soon you'll see, the more deeply you respect yourself, the more your life begins to reflect that. The conversations change, the people change, your posture changes. You no longer chase peace, you become it. Let that sink in, because this isn't just a mindset, it's a new identity. You are no longer available for the spaces, the people, the dynamics that require you to disappear. You are no longer tolerating passive disrespect, backhanded compliments, energetic vampires, emotional crumbs. You are no longer performing worthiness. You are worth. And from this place, you stop asking to be treated better and start treating yourself like the sacred, sovereign being you are. If this video has stirred something in you, if you're ready to walk with your head held high, rooted in truth and not performance, this is your sign to subscribe to Silosophia today and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video on your transformation. And if you're ready to go deeper, download the Shadow Work ebook linked below. It will help you meet the hidden parts of your soul and bring them back to life. This is not about ego. It's about essence. Because the truth is, when you stop needing to be liked, you become magnetic. When you stop seeking respect, you become worthy of it. You don't earn respect, you embody it. If this video moved something within you, click on the next one now to explore how to stop betraying your truth in the name of being loved. Welcome to the reclamation of your power. Welcome to the beginning of your real life.